Greetings and salutations. Thank you for lending an ear to The Voice of the Times. It's Monday, October 19, 2020. For today's editorial, the Ombudsman should close the book on the 30th SEA Games. Historically, the Republic has not hosted or organized an international sports competition as big or as costly as the 30th Southeast Asian or SEA Games in December 2019. It says in the records that its closing ceremony left little to the imagination, to wit, spectacular and smashing bright fireworks display lit up the night at New Clark City and Capas, Tarlac, as the Philippines wrapped up its hosting of the 30th Southeast Asian Games, the biggest in the history of the biennial meet in terms of number of sporting events and athletes. It featured production numbers from the internationally renowned performers who have Kapampangan blood. Following the Olympic tradition, athletes who competed in the SEA Games 2019 entered the venue as one team after the flag bearers, as a symbol of unity. Spectators and delegates alike were in awe with the drone show that had various formations, including the official logo of the 30th SEA Games, the sports played, the Philippine flag, and the tagline, "We win as one." Then House Speaker and Philippine SEA Games Organizing Committee or PHISGOC Chairman Alan Peter Cayetano declared that the country's hosting broke many records by being the most viewed SEA Games in history and the biggest ever with 530 events in 56 sports. "We Filipinos have shown the world that we can do it, and we will do it with world-class quality," he said. Following this send-off, there were loud cries and demands from the people, including Filipino athletes and sports leaders themselves, for a full investigation into the staging and management of the Games by PHISGOC. Then the Ombudsman entered the picture. He declared that his office would conduct an investigation into the management of the event. On December 10, 2019, the Manila Times reported that the Office of the Ombudsman had started its investigation of alleged corruption in connection with the country's hosting of the 30th SEA Games. "I have just created a panel to conduct a fact-finding investigation. Pag may nakitang ebidensya, if there is evidence, then we will be forced to file a case against those officials involved," Ombudsman Samuel Martirez said in an interview. The 7-man panel will investigate all agencies that had a hand in the hosting of the biennial event, including PHISGOC. The Ombudsman said the panel has the discretion on how to conduct its investigation. He expressed confidence that the probe would be completed in 3 months. Cayetano boasted, "We welcome this as an opportunity to put to rest all the questions in order that we may move forward in celebrating the success of our athletes and honoring the sacrifices of our workforce and volunteers." It is now over 10 months since the SEA Games was officially closed. No sound has been heard since about the Ombudsman's investigation. No report has been filed. Now there is a big row brewing at the Philippine Olympic Committee, or POC, over the disclosure that top POC officials received payoffs from PHISGOC during the event. A majority of the POC Executive Board are demanding a report from PHISGOC on how the billion-peso fund for the SEA Games was used. PHISGOC still has to show a financial statement in accordance with the tripartite agreement it forged with the Olympic Council and the Philippine Sports Commission. The POC is preparing to file breach of contract charges against the embattled organizing committee. It strikes us that this hangover would have been avoided had the Office of the Ombudsman not turned tail on its investigation of the 30th SEA Games. And that's the editorial for Monday, October 19, 2020. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to our digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and listen to The Voice of the Times.